I don't swim with the tide. I don't walk the dreaded path. I refuse to dance to the beat of a regular drum. The real question isn't about being different. The real question is, why? Is it for shock and awe? Is it being different to stand out from the rest? Or is it just annoying? Are these illusions of self-grandeur, or is it to shock society into awareness, to question the unquestionable? Regardless of purpose and intent, I find it impossible to follow the herd. Conventional wisdom to me is an absurd notion. Many of you will not concur with me. Some will dismiss, others will rise against it. If you don't agree with me, raise your hand and get in line. I am the Contrarian. This is my world.
It started as a small IT software firm in the year 2000 with great ambition, guts and gusto. They dived headfirst into the budget smartphone market in India. In a span of just 5 years, this mobile handset maker went from being an unknown, untrusted brand to India's largest handset manufacturer. The company's success peaked in 2014 when it surpassed Samsung's shipping numbers and became the mobile manufacturer shipping the most number of phones in a single quarter. It even got one of the biggest Hollywood stars to endorse the brand, a move not made by any local mobile company ever. In fact, maybe not even an international company. This is Micromax, now the second largest mobile manufacturer in India with operations in more than 600 districts in the country and a total of 1,25,000 retail outlets. It is truly nothing like anything. Or is it?
Today on The Contrarian, we go into uncharted territory where we will literally go through the journey of two different directions. One, Micromax and its success. Two, Micromax and its risk-taking ability. Micromax now plays in a territory which is almost completely commoditized. The mobile phone market now almost resembles the PC market 10 years back. Today you can assemble your own PC. It was just a hardware play, nothing to differentiate. The mobile phone is literally moving that way. So Micromax needs something to be able to differentiate from the rest of the market. Can they do it with this new, very risky venture? Yes, Micromax's success is unprecedented. A dreamlike journey which has inspired not only its users, but also the entire mobile phone industry. But now Micromax is doing something very unlike Micromax, following suit. Now we all know how this little company called Xiaomi has taken the mobile market by storm. Each and every smartphone maker is literally scurrying to compete with this online-only, super successful business model. And now, Micromax has entered the same online-only space with the hot new subsidiary, You. But will this prove to be Micromax's second win? Or is it just an overly ambitious business model for a company that already works on wafer-thin margins?
When you are selling in a market like India, through the online channel, you are definitely cutting down on your sales and marketing expenses. So with your, let's say, intended lower margin on the devices, and when you are selling through the online channel, you are cutting down your selling cost significantly and making phones more affordable to the Indian users.
So I think from a viability of the business perspective, I think online is not really going to help. It's going to help you have a brand recall for sure, that too within the internet savvy community. But if you see the latest range of the phones, it's 5,000 to 6,000 rupees, and the real buyers are not in tier 1 and tier 2. The real buyers are actually in tier 3, 4 and 5, and so that's a bit of an oxymoron, if you may.
Now for the You Eureka, a 4G smartphone packed with features that is already making serious headlines. With over 3 lakh registrations on Amazon, the phone is banking big on two things: software and after-sales service. The new Eureka phone by You runs on the hot, very hot Cyanogen mod operating system, an OS offering vast possibilities of customizations. But even though Cyanogen is a big deal in the tech world, just how many users in India are even aware of the OS and its features? From the total number of people that have actually booked the phone, aren't they just going for the fact that it's really aggressively priced? Isn't it a risky bet to launch a completely new phone with a completely new name and a completely new OS no one has ever heard of?
As a development company, if I know that most of the smartphone or majority of smartphone in India, they have Cyanogen mode, which gives me capability to run a rooted application or do a lot more customization. From my perspective, it opens up a new door for me.
People buy phones for the end-to-end experience, which is the end-to-end experience of the ownership. Now, whether it is the purchase or to the availability of the product, and most importantly, it's actually the services. So there's more often than not, you actually end up dropping your phone within the 2 weeks of buying it. You need to change the screen. So while the fact that the OS is great helps, but end-to-end, if a brand can provide the service backup as well, which is more important.
Now, the second big question mark on the You business model is their after-sales service. The company plans to provide at-home after-sales service for all its customers. What does that really mean? Isn't that just marketing hype? For them, it means that for every phone sold anywhere in the country, You, Eureka, will provide not only doorstep delivery, but doorstep service. They actually claim they'll come to your house to make sure their phone runs perfectly. Anything goes wrong, they'll give you home service to repair it.
A mobile phone being serviced at the customer's house itself. Wow. Now, isn't that a tad bit over-ambitious though? I mean, just think, how will this ever work? Will the company spend so much of money on resources and service personnel for a phone that costs just about 9,000 rupees? If yes, then how will this company make any profits?
Will it be a huge cost for them? Certainly it will be, correct? Now, whether they can keep up with the promise of doorstep delivery, perhaps they can if they actually invest that amount in the logistics.
It's quite possible that Micromax is straying away from its legacy, a legacy of building budget smartphones. Over the years, Micromax has also tried its hand at launching tablets. And now the new subsidiary You plans to not only launch software-strong smartphones, but also venture out into other smart connected devices. Can they really pull it off?
Now, one can't help but wonder, doesn't Micromax have its hands in way too many pies? Can they handle all this new You business? Can they sustain the existing business model? To answer this and a lot more, we caught up with none other than Rahul Sharma, co-founder and CEO of Micromax. So stay tuned as we get answers for all these burning questions straight from the horse's mouth. They say that one of the greater fallacies is that people do want it to be different, but not at the cost of efficiency. Where do you stand on this? What's Cyanogen and You going to be doing that's different?
The whole operating system here is so customized in terms of taking all the bloatware off. It is so light. Actually, it's much lighter than the original versions.
I am the Contrarian. This is my world. This is my world.
Hi, I'm Rahul Sharma, founder of You Televentures. You is all about creating, controlling, and customizing your life and destiny, and that's why we call it You Play God. So go ahead, control your destiny and life. You play God.
So a brand new brand and a brand new business model. Let's find out from the man who's about to maybe change the way mobile phones are sold and used in our country. Rahul, great to have you on the show. Let's find out now the first and most important thing. You've already got a brand that has got some of the most serious value as brand recognition in the country today, and it's moved very, very fast. Some people say it's not really a very good idea to have an add-on brand. In terms of your thought process to bring this in, why did you feel the need to have a brand new brand to do a brand new business model?
As Micromax, we have a different tailwind. It is growing on quarter. Everything is moving fine. We are gaining market share. But there is another segment also. A segment about all these people who want to create their own products, who want to have a customized experience, who want to evolve, from time to time, and who always want to have their phone in a beta version. The phone is always in beta, right? And they want to play with their products. So we said, all right, can we do something, for these guys? So all these tech natives, digital natives, all these tech enthusiasts, and we said, okay, we are going to come up with a separate brand altogether. The tonality of that brand is going to be completely different than that what we have been doing, and it is only going to be about them. And we said, okay, we're going to call this new brand as You. Now, You is Y and You. So Y comes from You and You comes from us. So it's a brand for you from us.
Are you saying the entire product line will be like that? Are you doing something different in terms of the business model? Is it going to be more aggressively priced? Is there a different way of retailing it, different way of servicing it? Are we talking about doing things more than just product centric? Is there a whole 360 degree around it?
Everything is different in this brand, right? So this is not about one product, and we are not launching a product. We are launching an ecosystem of devices which are connected. So these are all connected devices. So for example, when I say multiple connected devices it can be a shirt. If you're wearing a shirt and if a shirt is telling you, okay, time to wash me.
Oh, okay, so a smart shirt.
Yeah, it's a smart shirt. Why not? It can be shoes. The shoes can tell you, okay, today, shoes will recognize that, okay, you're going to your friend's place and today is his anniversary. Have you taken a gift? So you will have that notification on your phone. So, different ways, whatever you can think of in terms of you're getting inside your home and your TV starts to give you some signal that, okay, you were watching this movie yesterday. Would you like to watch this? So we are moving from smart to intelligent.
So you're going to be able to answer one of the biggest questions, which is, they say by the year 2017 or 18, there will be 50 billion devices talking to each other without any human intervention. Exactly what you described, right? But the question is, then what? Are you saying that you could be the answer to that?
Oh, certainly. I think you is our investment towards the future.
Okay.
And as I said, we want to create the biggest ecosystem. So as I said, phone is one, but then you're touching so many multiple points. So there are two pillars, for you. So A is a complete customization of the experience what you want to have on your phone. And second is in terms of services. Now my take on service, I feel that's the future. So earlier, it was more app driven. When the smartphone came in, people said, yes, app and all. So yesterday somebody was asking me, so are you going to have a separate app store? This is the same question people asked me when we started making, smartphones.
Micromax's own app store.
Same, yeah. So are you going to do that and all? I really don't think so. It is now. It's all about the apps and all. I think the whole game is moving towards platform of services.
So let me get this right. You then, for you, is a futuristic platform on which there are many things that you've thought of that you could do, but there are so many that you may not even have thought of, which that platform may enable as time goes by, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we are going to open the complete system, the whole ecosystem for our developer community. We're going to give them a complete guide to how to unlock, the bootloader.
Oh, really? So you're actually going to encourage people to hack into their phones?
Absolutely. Hack in the phones and do whatever they want to do.
And the warranty will still be there? If you're encouraging them, then Micromax... it's difficult to talk to you and not say Micromax.
Yeah.
So you will stand behind people. You're encouraging people to say, bootload, unlock, hack into your phone and do whatever you want, and we'll still hold it.
Yeah, so the name, is resonates that only. It's all about you. So certainly we are going to stand behind all those people and say, do whatever you want to do, but we want you to come up with complete innovative solutions, products which millions of people across the world can access.
Now, a lot of people would be dismissive of this entire thing that you're doing because of Cyanogen, because they say that one of the greater fallacies is that people do want it to be different, but not at the cost of efficiency. Optimum efficiency is far more important, which is why a lot of people say stock Android is the gold standard, right? Where do you stand on this? What's Cyanogen and you going to be doing that's different?
So I love this question. Why? Because the whole operating system here is so customized in terms of taking all the bloatware off. It is so light. Actually, it's much lighter than the original versions.
Okay.
So this means it is going to be fast. It is going to be much more intuitive.
So it's not bloatware.
It is.
I think the most important thing that I think you can put out there, and let's use this platform, because even I get irritated with this question from people where they say, oh my God, it's actually going to be Android and then a skin on top.
Yeah.
Cyanogens are not skins. These are almost different.
These are ROMs,
exactly.
Which you have gone inside the kernel level, on the BSP level, and then you started doing the programming on it.
So you is going to be an only online brand. Is that right?
Absolutely.
You cannot and you will not sell through traditional chains that you have followed before. This is going to be buy it only online. That's true?
Yeah. So why only online? Because as I said, the brand is all about tech natives, digital natives, and these people are all online these days. On top of it, to service your phone, we are saying if you have bought your product online, we will come at your home and you log in your complaint online, and we'll come at your home and
provide service in the house.
Absolutely.
Okay, now let me get a little bit more, because I started off by saying may well be a little bit of a revolution. Now we're talking serious revolution. So you're saying because it's online, that means I could buy that from any place.
Right.
You have no control over if the pin code is serviced by somebody who can deliver it to my house. Yes. It could be the smallest, completely in the boondocks area of anywhere in the country.
Right.
You can get a guy to come and give me the phone. You'll also get a guy to come and service the phone?
Certainly, if a guy can come to your home to give your phone, so why can't a guy come to your
because
home?
Because the guy who's going to come is going to be a person who's a courier.
Yeah.
He can still access your house, but the person who'll come will have to have expertise to service the phone. May not be the world's easiest thing to happen today, because service is one of the greatest barriers, I believe, that has come about. If we feel that we are going to go from, where we are right now to 500 million smartphones to 790 million and all the numbers that we've been given, I find service to be the greatest problem that is stopping every brand from moving forward. And you're saying you're solving this in this way?
Rajiv, somebody got to start it from somewhere.
Okay.
The brand stands for empowering you. The brand stands for if you want to create. So for example, what happens if you are trying to hack it and something goes wrong?
No, exactly.
There
are more chances.
You don't want to go in a service center. This is what I have done.
This is what I don't. Yeah. So knowing the fact that you're doing this today because you're understanding that the future is like this, can you really make me understand your vision for the future? In terms of, on one side, you're going for digital natives. On the other side, you have a typical brand that is catering to everybody else. Is there a merger you think that will happen? And what could the market be after you've been very successful with you? Let's say you and me are sitting down 3 years from now. What do you think we'll be talking about at that time did happen in these 3 years?
If you're talking about how the markets are going to evolve or what is the next way forward, I feel services, this whole software layers on top of it. So hardware is fine. I think hardware will just become an enabler.
Okay.
It is only these services which are going to differentiate you in the market.
Okay.
Second, in terms of do we see the offline model, online model, all these guys converging?
Yes.
Converging
yes.
at some. I think there will be a conversion at some stage. So, once you start creating all these services, you will find users for that. And as I always say, you have to solve some or the other problems of consumers. As long as you're able to do that, people will access that.
The interesting thing is that the hardware war may be fought at lower price points. So while the top end phones may have 40 megapixel and a UHD screen, and therefore there's not much to go forward, as it percolates down to lower prices, that hardware is still very, very important, because when you come into, let's say, the Android One world, and for the first time there are certain phones that one can give that one is not embarrassed to say that even at 5,000-6,000 rupees, these are fantastic phones. That's a game changer in every way. But when your 6,000 rupee phone will go to full HD and then move on to a better processor, that hardware will still become very important till it reaches a plateau, right?
Yeah, so as long as you're able to provide a good experience to your consumer by virtue of hardware, I think that's what matters most. So, and that is what, we are trying to do with you. Okay. So certainly, in terms of hardware, you can expect us to come up with really high-end specs. But still, in brand like you, we are going to keep the price to be very competitive, just because as I said, hardware is just an enabler.
Okay, so my last question, of course, is for you to crystal ball gaze only 1 year from now. And that is that when you and me will sit down 1 year from now, what is it that would give you happiness? I don't want to know your sales numbers, but would it be a target that you achieved in you, or the fact that you were able to change some of the problems? What would be a greater happiness factor for you?
Happiness is going to be if you are able to solve problems of our, of consumers. If you are able to address some, by virtue of our platform, some of the communities, some of the segments, I think that will give us much more happiness.
Thank you, Rahul. I think it's great. Like I started off the show right in the beginning and said, may well be something that's happening in this country for the first, could be a revolution. Will it? Well, you will find out very soon. Thank you again, Rahul.
Thank you.
I am the Contrarian. This is my world.